say that we have to understand how then culture shapes the way that young people learn, how they make sense out of their content, how they begin to feel affirmed. And I'm saying if we're going to do this right, we have to create culturally responsive approaches which allow students to do a couple of things. Number one, we have to operate from the standpoint that every educator must hold high expectations for students, even the students who have troubling home lives. Because in some cases, school becomes their refuge. School becomes their place of serenity and to get away from some of the challenges they face at home. But what we cannot do is lower expectations because students have difficult home lives, okay? We also have to make sure that if we're going to hold students to high expectations, we have to teach challenging material that is student-centered. Again, what frustrates me is to walk into classrooms that are very much teacher-centered, teacher-driven, all about the teacher, and then we wonder why students disconnect. Part of what culturally responsive approaches says is how do we incorporate content in the classroom that helps students to talk, think, write about things that are pertinent to their own realities, okay? We also have to create real-world ties between home and the content. We know that when we learn about things that are relevant to us, our interest goes up, our effort goes up, and ultimately our achievement can begin to go up if we feel like we're being affirmed through the curriculum. And too many students walk into classrooms where they don't see themselves reflected. They don't see anybody in the curriculum who looks like them, who tells their story, who speaks their language, who speaks to issues that are pertinent in their home lives. Does that make sense to folks? Okay? We also have to make sure we're going to do this. We use bridges and scaffold to increase students' interest and knowledge, right? Again, every student comes to a classroom knowing something. Many of our students come to the classroom knowing a lot more than we ever give them credit for. It's the goal, it's the responsibility, it's the job of teachers to find out what students know.